All right, so today we have a clip here of Ben Shapiro defending Nazi memorabilia collector Harlan Crow against accusations that he is, in fact, a Nazi. But before we do that, I just need to give you guys a little bit of background on the clip, just in case you might not know. On Thursday, ProPublica released a absolute bombshell of a report that detailed over 20 years of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, as you can see right here. Look how happy he looks, receiving gifts like money, luxury trips, yacht rides, whatever you want to say, super expensive luxury vacations from billionaire real estate magnate Harlan Crow. This is Harlan Crow over here, and no one, the public and nobody knew about any of this stuff that Harlan and Clarence were getting together and doing until ProPublica released this report. It's a very long report. If you guys haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend that you guys search ProPublica, Clarence Thomas, and the Billionaire. It is a absolutely great report. I read all of it, and it's very great. It's very great reporting from ProPublica here. I love ProPublica. I think they're a great publication, and it has also been revealed that Harlan Crow likes to collect Nazi memorabilia. And some of the things that he has, that these are very real, he has a signed copy of Mein Kampf. And when I say signed, I mean signed by Adolf Hitler. Okay? He has a signed copy of Mein Kampf by Hitler. He also has pictures of, or statues, I'm sorry, he has statues of Mussolini and statues of Stalin. He also has paintings Adolf Hitler did. A lot of people, when you learn about Adolf Hitler in school, I don't know why, a lot of people like to bring up the fact that he is a artist, he is a painter. I don't know why that's something that people focus on. They try to like normalize him in a really strange way, and I don't think that that's okay. But that's the background on the clip. Here is Ben Shapiro's reaction to Harlan Crow, who again has a signed copy of Mein Kampf in his house and also paintings by Hitler. This is Ben Shapiro defending Harlan Crow against Nazi accusations because they're ridiculous.
And apparently
right?
He's a very, very bad man. You're not allowed to be friends with Justice Thomas because apparently they're now accusing him, I'm not kidding you, of being like a Nazi. The reason is because this is what Nazis do. They make friends with Clarence Thomas. That Nazis, famous for loving black people. That this is one of the things they're most famous for. So Kevin...
You want to know what they are famous for, Ben? You want to know what Nazis are famous for? Fucking being Nazis. That's what they're fucking famous for. And if I walked into somebody's house and I saw a signed copy of Mein Kampf, signed by Hitler himself, I would think one thing. You're a fucking Nazi. There is no reason to have a signed copy of Mein Kampf in your house. If you need to read that for any historical or educational reason, you can pull it up on the internet. You can read that shit online. You do not need a physical, let alone signed copy, okay? A signed copy. That's the issue right there. Again, having an Mein Kampf in your house is also problematic in many different ways, but it is signed by Hitler. The white robe and pointy hat I have in my closet, it's not because I'm part of the KKK. It has nothing to do with that. I just like to wear it. I just like wearing a KKK uniform outside, but I'm not part of the KKK. That KKK hat and cloak you found in my closet, it doesn't make me a KKK member. I'm not a Nazi.
Who is just a ridiculous human being, a pseudo-academic over at Princeton University who has somehow avoided plagiarism charges that have gotten him kicked out of the university.
This is just something that I need to address because Ben Shapiro is lying about it. He brings up Kevin Cruz, who is a history professor at Princeton, and says that he has somehow avoided plagiarism charges that have gotten him kicked out of the university. I don't know if he misworded that or what, but Kevin Cruz has been accused of plagiarism, but he has not been kicked out of the university. He is still a professor at Princeton. I don't know why Ben Shapiro said that he got kicked out of the university. He has not been kicked out. He just lied about that. And to the point that he says that he's a pseudo-intellectual. I've read some of Cruz's work, not a lot of it, and if I'm being completely honest. And I don't know if I can agree with the assertion that he is a pseudo-intellectual, but I even disagree with it even more after I hear what Ben Shapiro says about his tweet, which we're going to hear right now.
He tweeted out, I've spent decades of my life researching and writing about white supremacists, and no.
He has. He has. This guy released a book in 2005 called White Flight, which is one of the only things I have actually read by him. But it's for 2005. You have to put yourself in that mindset. And I was like 4 years old in 2005. It's really good.
I don't have any paintings or statues of them in my house because that's not something you do with the people you hate. What's he talking about there? Well, apparently, Harlan Crow collects basically memorabilia from defunct communist and Nazi states, and he has a garden in which he displays these things to show what the capitalistic free market and Judeo-Christian ethic has overcome.
Yeah, guys. Just like I said before, that the KKK uniform that's in my closet, the white pointy hat and the robe, that's not because it's a reminder that of how much I hate fucking white supremacists. That's why I have it. That's why it's in my closet. Because it's a reminder of how much I hate Nazis. A signed copy of Mein Kampf. Look at the free world. I collect Nazi memorabilia. I collect he's using all of this really specific wording to downplay it and make it seem like it's not that bad. And his reasoning for it is absolutely ridiculously stupid. Number one, Ben Shapiro does not know Harlan Crow. That's number one. So we don't know. Ben Shapiro does not know if he's collects this stuff to show the victories of the free market capitalist world. I don't even it's not even a defense like a child would come up with. Like, children can come up with better lies than that. Come on. It's not, again, you don't have a signed copy of Mein Kampf signed by Hitler and paintings Hitler himself did. You don't have that stuff because you're trying to display the victories of the free world. You don't have statues of Joseph Stalin in your garden because you don't like him. You don't have statues of people that you don't like. Who the fuck builds a statue of someone they hate and puts it in their own fucking property? That'd be like me building a statue of Ben Shapiro and putting it in my front yard. And when people come up to me and say, "I can't believe you have a Ben Shapiro statue in your house. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?" I'd be like, "It's because I hate him. I built this monument because I hate him. It's a symbol of my hatred." Doesn't that make sense, guys?
Apparently, this now means you're a fan of these things. So.
What does a statue mean? What does a statue represent, Ben? What is a statue supposed to represent? What is, again, you have signed memorabilia from them. I don't have a piece of signed memorabilia. I don't have a signed copy of something from someone I don't like. Again, it would be like me having a book Ben Shapiro wrote, going to a Ben Shapiro, whatever he has, a Young America Foundation thing or whatever, getting him to sign it, and then I put it back here on my little speaker I have to display my little goodies I have over here, so you guys have something nice to look at, and it's not just my white crusty face, and I put it here, and then when people say, why do you have a signed Ben Shapiro book in your background, dude? And I was like, and my response would be, it's because I fucking hate him. I have it because I'm not a fan. When you say it out loud, when you think about it in your head, it doesn't make sense either way. I cannot believe that Ben Shapiro could not come up with a better defense. Motherfucker, you went to Harvard. You should be able to come up with a better defense, and the defense should be he's a fucking Nazi, so there is no defense for it, okay? That's the fucking defense. You come out and say, yeah, he's a fucking Nazi. You don't collect fucking signed copies of Mein Kampf from Hitler if you're not a fucking Nazi.
If you own a piece of memorabilia from an evil regime,
it's not. No. He's trying now. He's really fucking making it. Now he's really trying to do the, like, I don't even know if you would even call it virtue signaling. Ben, maybe he'll hear this. Maybe he'll watch this video. I hope he does, because if Ben Shapiro, I'm going to address the camera directly right now. I don't do this a whole lot. Ben Shapiro, if you are watching this, you're a fucking idiot. It is not one piece of memorabilia, okay? The one piece that I am focusing on more than anything is the signed version of Mein Kampf. He has that. He has paintings that Hitler did himself, he also has statutes of Mussolini and Stalin. That is not a piece, meaning one, of memorabilia from a defunct communist country or defunct communist nation. That's not one piece, a piece. Don't say a piece when it's multiple pieces. You are purposefully misrepresenting the information to make it look better for yourself and for this Harlan Crow guy that you don't even know. So, Ben, just please, where did that higher education go? In one ear, right out the other? I thought this guy was a lawyer. What are you saying? What are you doing, Ben?
In order to demonstrate to your children, so that people remember for the future.
In order to demonstrate to your children, yeah. The first thing, when I have kids, the first thing when they get out the womb is I'm giving them a copy of Mein Kampf, making them read it. It's the first thing. I'm not even going to teach them how to walk, talk. I'm not going to feed them until they get through it. First thing I'm going to do.
What that evil regime was.
I'm going to put statutes of Mussolini and Stalin and Kim Jong-un and Putin and all of the great dictators, all of the great regime leaders. Kim Jong-il, I don't even remember Kim Jong-un's dad's name right now. I'm gonna put statutes of them all around and outside in my garden, in my house. They're gonna be all around as a reminder to my children, as a lesson to my children of how much I hate it. I'm gonna surround them with it at every turn, so they are reminded of how much I don't like it. Makes perfect sense.
You're not a fan of that thing, according to Kevin Cruz. This is the actual thing they're going for.
You mean the actual thing that makes sense? Is that what you mean? This is the actual thing that they're going for? You mean the thing that actually makes logical sense? Something you have evidence and you can draw a conclusion from that evidence, Ben? Is that what you're talking about? Just tell it like it is. Stop using this just fucking pseudo bullshit rhetoric. Stop using these stupid fucking words and just say it like it is. Stop pussyfooting around this stuff. I'm so tired of conservatives just fucking using this language to literally go around what it really is. It's not this isn't even Nazi I can't even fucking say it. This isn't even sympathizing with Nazis at this point. This is literally defending Nazis. In turn, that makes you a Nazi. I'm sorry. There's no other way around it. If you're not going to call it out, you're for it. This is one of those things where there is no in between. You can't just say, oh, well, I don't really have an opinion on Nazis. Okay, well, I think that kind of tells me your opinion on Nazis.
According to the Washingtonian, when Republican megadonor Harlan Crow isn't lavishing Justice Thomas with free trips on his private plane and yacht.
And then Ben Shapiro likes to sit there and he makes fun of these reports. He makes fun of the way they're worded. He's making fun of Kevin Cruz for a tweet he put out. It's like, don't you make fun of people on the left that make fun of you and your other co-hosts, like Michael Knowles and Matt Walsh and Candace Owens? Don't you sit there and say that, it's childish attacks? Hey, Ben, what are you doing? Present the information like a fucking adult. Stop acting like a little crybaby bitch. Stop acting like this isn't something that's serious. Stop acting like this is something that's okay. It's not. Can you just get over yourself? For one goddamn second, Ben, can you just get over yourself? Please. For the love of fucking Christ, please.
He lives a quiet life in Dallas among his historical collections. These collections include Hitler artifacts, 2 of his paintings of European cityscapes, a signed copy of Mein Kampf, assorted Nazi memorabilia, plus a garden full of statues of the 20th century's worst despots. He said that he's filled his property with these mementos because he hates communism and fascism.
Yeah, perfect. Well, Harlan Crow said it himself, so we got to believe him, right? Because these people never believe anything that the Democrats say, but when it's a Republican billionaire Harlan Crow, big real estate guy, he said something, so he said it, so I must believe it, right? Must be true, right? He said it. He got accused of being a Nazi, and then, he said, I'm not a Nazi. Got it. Perfect.
Well, that seems like a reason why you might own this stuff is to remember the things that you hate. That's it. But apparently this makes him a Nazi and a communist.
Why do they leave this stuff in? Even Ben, you saw him think about it for a minute there. You guys saw it. He even sat there for a second. He was like, okay, it actually doesn't make any sense. Look,
his property with these mementos because he hates communism and fascism. Well, I mean, that seems like a reason why you might own this stuff is to remember the things that you hate. That's it.
See, he even knows. He even knows. Part of me seriously believes that deep down, although he is literally defending Nazis here, although he is one of the worst people on this planet in every single way, shape, and form, I do believe that just a tiny, tiny sliver, maybe if it's just even a molecule in Ben Shapiro's body, knows and feels deep down that what he's saying here, he knows is a load of fucking crap. He knows it's a load of shit. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows he's playing the grift to its 1,000,000% maximum. He knows it. Deep down, Ben Shapiro knows it, and he's showing it here on camera, and I truly do believe that, again, even if it's just the tiniest part of him, he really thinks that this shit is, again, ridiculous. And it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just giving someone who doesn't deserve it the benefit of the doubt, and he does not deserve it. I can sit here and say that Ben Shapiro does not deserve the benefit of the doubt. He is a very nasty man. He's a very terrible human being. But I don't know. I see little moments like that, and it's just like it just makes me see right through the grift. Maybe that's just me.
But apparently this makes him a Nazi and a communist.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of... no one's calling him a communist. Nobody's calling him a communist. You don't got to worry about that, Ben Shapiro. But we are calling him a Nazi because that's what he is. That's going to be it for the video. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, press that little bell, and turn on all notifications so you guys never miss an upload.